Hello, my radiant Leo. Welcome to this sacred space where the stars speak gently and your heart finds clarity. Today, July 12th, 2025, we begin with a message not of urgency, but of surrender. The universe isn't asking you to act or prove anything right now. It's inviting you to soften, to lean into the quiet unfolding of your own growth. There is a deeper rhythm moving through your life today, one that asks for trust, for breath, for stillness. You may notice a subtle shift within, a change that isn't loud or dramatic, but deeply felt. What once stirred as fiery impulse now settles into a calm presence. This isn't a loss of passion, it's a sign of your evolution. You're learning to meet life with grace rather than resistance, and that emotional maturity becomes a quiet magnetism. People sense it in you. They may not know how to name it, but they feel the change, the steadiness, the wisdom. So today, Leo, allow yourself to relax into this new rhythm. There is no need to rush, to force, or to chase. You're not losing your edge, you're refining it. This peace you're cultivating is not weakness, it's strength grounded in truth. And from this place of inner alignment, everything meant for you begins to flow toward you, effortlessly. Let's begin. And now, Leo, let us turn gently toward the realm of finances and fortune. You may not have seen immediate results from all the effort you've been pouring into your work, your ideas, or your long-term plans, but the energy around you is shifting, and what you've nurtured quietly in the background is beginning to take root. Financial success is not a flash in the pan right now. It's a slow, steady rise, built on the foundation of your patience, resilience, and willingness to grow behind the scenes when no one was watching. This is not luck that comes from nowhere. This is reward rising from alignment. There may be a message arriving soon, a piece of news or a proposal that seems to come out of the blue, perhaps from someone at a distance or connected to travel, global partnerships, or new frontiers you hadn't considered before. Stay open. Sometimes the most unexpected paths are the ones that bring the richest opportunities. Your energy today is magnetic, not just to people, but to abundance itself. And your clarity, your ability to discern what truly supports your future, is the key to attracting what you deserve. The numbers 6, 17, 30, 41, 53, and 64 carry frequency for you today. Small signs, quiet nudges from the universe that you are indeed on the right path, that the door you've been knocking on is about to open. Keep trusting, keep walking. You are not waiting for fortune, you are meeting it. In your professional life, Leo, the stars suggest that the efforts you've been investing, especially in projects that once felt burdensome or unrecognized, are beginning to reach their natural conclusion, not with a sense of finality, but with the quiet satisfaction of knowing that your dedication has built something enduring. This closing of a chapter isn't an ending, it is a threshold. There is recognition on the horizon, and whether it comes in the form of praise, a promotion, or new opportunities flowing your way, it will carry the unmistakable energy of alignment between your inner purpose and the outer world finally responding to it. What you've accomplished is not just a task completed. It is a reflection of your integrity, your persistence, and your ability to stay grounded even when the outcome was unclear. And now, as those seeds blossom into form, you may find doors opening to new collaborations, possibly across borders with individuals or organizations that share your values and vision. These are not chance meetings. They are the result of energetic currents you've been quietly cultivating for months, maybe years. Be willing to explore beyond what feels familiar. Expansion is not just likely, it's inevitable. Stay attuned to the subtle invitations around you, because what once felt far away or out of reach is now approaching, drawn by the power of your consistency, your creativity, and your truth. And as the rhythm of your work begins to align with deeper purpose, so too does the energy of your heart soften and evolve, Leo. In the realm of love, you are no longer content with the surface level or the temporary. Your soul is reaching for something more grounded, more reciprocal, more real. If you are in a relationship, you may notice a beautiful shift. Conversations feel more authentic, emotional support deepens, and even the silence between you becomes rich with unspoken understanding. There is a quiet maturing taking place, one that doesn't demand grand gestures, but instead thrives on presence, patience, and mutual respect. You're not just loving harder, you're loving wiser. For those of you walking solo right now, the universe seems to be drawing someone into your orbit, and this person may not come in the package you expected, but their energy will speak to something inside you that feels familiar and exciting all at once. Especially if this connection is with someone born under the sign of Gemini, Aries, or Sagittarius. There's a spark of adventure, of lively communication, of chemistry that doesn't just ignite passion, but also inspires new ways of thinking and being. Allow yourself to stay open without rushing into definitions or expectations. This is a time to explore without clinging, to connect without losing yourself. And for those of you who have been holding on to relationships that no longer nourish you, connections that feel more like emotional labor than soulful exchange, this is the moment when your clarity becomes your compass. Walking away from what drains your spirit is not an act of coldness, it's an act of deep self-respect. You are being called into a new chapter where love does not ask you to shrink, silence yourself, or carry more than your share. The past does not define what comes next. You do. And what's ahead in love feels cleaner, freer, and far more aligned with the person you are becoming. Trust that what leaves now was never meant to stay, and what approaches carries a frequency your heart has quietly been waiting for. And as love begins to align more truthfully with the quiet rhythm of your heart, your body too begins to speak with more clarity, though not in loud aches or sudden fatigue, but in the gentle murmurs that ask you to pause, to listen, to come home to yourself. Your health right now, Leo, is not a matter of urgency, but of deep attunement. You may have been running on momentum, driven by passion, commitment, or sheer willpower, but the cosmos is inviting you to recognize that true vitality isn't built on non-stop motion. It's born from balance, from restoration, from the sacred act of tending to your inner world with the same care you offer others. This is a time to step back and create space for stillness, to allow your nervous system to soften, your mind to settle, and your breath to slow. Consider making intentional choices that support not only your physical body, but your emotional and spiritual clarity as well. Gentle movement, walks under the sun, moments of quiet meditation, or even preparing meals with awareness. These simple acts can become rituals of healing when approached with presence. It's not about radical change or sudden detoxes, but about reconnecting with the wisdom of your own rhythm. Understanding that rest is not a reward for productivity. It is an essential ingredient for longevity and radiance. If stress has been clinging to you like an invisible weight, especially in the form of scattered thoughts, restless sleep, or emotional tension, then now is the moment to invite softness into those spaces. The energy of the day calls for nurturing, not discipline, for deep listening, not pressure. Your strength is not diminished by rest, it is refined by it. And as you care for your body with greater gentleness, you will notice that your clarity sharpens, your intuition becomes louder, and your ability to face life's challenges becomes not only more effective, but more graceful. This is your permission to slow down, to care deeply for your vessel, and to remember that healing doesn't always look like action. Sometimes it looks like stillness. And as you tend gently to your own inner world, Leo, your attention may naturally begin to turn toward the people who share your life most intimately, your family, your closest friends, those whose presence forms the foundation of your emotional landscape. In these spaces, the need for clarity and conscious communication becomes especially important now. You may find yourself being called upon to speak with more honesty, not out of judgment or frustration, but from a place of grounded compassion. There is a difference between being available and being consumed, And this is a moment where you are learning to honor that line with grace. Some of your loved ones may be navigating their own emotional turbulence, internal storms that don't always show on the surface, but that you can sense in the tone of their voice, in the silence between words, or in their repeated reaching for your support. Your natural instinct may be to hold it all for them, to show up in ways that go beyond your capacity, but the deeper lesson now is to understand that your presence is most healing when it's offered from a place of wholeness, not depletion. You are not here to fix anyone. You are here to witness, to listen, and to hold space without losing the boundaries that protect your own well-being. Establishing those boundaries may feel unfamiliar or even uncomfortable, especially if you've long been the one others turn to in moments of chaos. But clarity is kindness. When you express your truth gently but firmly, when you define what is and isn't sustainable for you, you allow others the chance to take responsibility for their own healing, to grow through their own experiences, and to meet you from a more empowered place. You are not abandoning anyone by stepping back. You are modeling a healthier, more conscious way of relating. This period is not about emotional distance. It is about emotional integrity. The love you offer your family and friends is real, but it is not limitless unless you learn to replenish it. Protect your energy, not because you are closing off, but because you are learning to love in a way that doesn't ask you to disappear in the process. In doing so, you create more authentic, more reciprocal connections, relationships where mutual respect becomes the true foundation of support. And as the energies of the day continue to ripple outward from your inner transformation, Leo, you may feel drawn into interactions that carry a certain ease, a natural synergy, a sense of mutual recognition. Today, the celestial current flows especially well between you and those whose energy complements your fire, both in contrast and in harmony. Gemini brings quick wit, curiosity, and conversations that spark new ideas in you. Aries offers boldness, drive, and a shared sense of purpose that ignites action rather than hesitation. Sagittarius opens portals to adventure and meaning, encouraging you to stretch beyond what you thought was possible. These fellow fire and air signs don't just mirror your energy, they challenge and uplift it. But also, don't overlook the quieter, more grounding presence of Virgo. Their steadiness, attention to detail, and practical insight can provide the structure you need to bring your vision into form. Libra too brings a sense of balance, grace, and harmony, helping you see both sides of the coin when you might otherwise charge ahead. These energies are not competing with yours, they are weaving with yours, giving you space to be fully seen and supported, not just admired. And through it all, one color holds the energetic thread that ties the day together: yellow. This is more than just a visual preference. It's a frequency that resonates with your solar essence, your confidence, your creativity, your sense of self. Yellow invites you to stand tall in your truth, to express joyfully without apology, and to connect with the power of your inner sun. Wear it, surround yourself with it, meditate on it. It's the reminder that your light is not meant to be dimmed, but directed with intention. Let this color infuse your actions today with courage, clarity, and warmth. Let it remind you that your presence is not just powerful, it is healing. And so, Leo, as this day gently unfolds beneath the gaze of the stars, you are being asked not to push harder or run faster, but to recognize how far you've already come. This moment is not about chasing what you lack, but about honoring what you've cultivated within. The strength to hold your ground without defensiveness, the courage to choose peace over chaos, the wisdom to let go of what no longer fits the shape of your soul. You've been through cycles that tested your endurance, situations that demanded your fire, and now the universe is offering you something else entirely: the quiet dignity of alignment, the grace of things falling into place, not because you forced them, but because you finally stopped needing to. This is your invitation to trust more deeply in what's unfolding. The signs are here, not in fireworks or grand epiphanies, but in the subtle way your heart softens when you're in the right place, in the way your body relaxes when you're no longer performing for approval, in the ease that enters your life when you're no longer trying to prove your worth. You don't have to hustle for what is already meant for you. The path ahead may not be fully visible yet, but the energy you're carrying, the inner clarity, the emotional maturity, the quiet resolve, that is your compass now, and it will not lead you astray. So take this reading not as a command, but as a companion. Let it remind you that you are not behind, you are not broken, you are not late. You are exactly where you need to be. Let the insights from the cards nourish your focus. Let the whispers from your spirit guide your pace. And let the golden light of this day wrap itself around you like a promise you can trust. You are growing, not just in what you do, but in who you are. And that growth, Leo, is your true victory. Thank you for sharing this space with me. May you walk through this day with confidence, with tenderness, and with a deep knowing that the universe is holding your hand through it all. I'll see you again soon. Until then, keep your heart open, your energy clear, and your light shining.